All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Between Plays. All right, so I got something really exciting for you here. It's another update on CLOUDMD, but it's one that's got to be told. All right, so listen, guys. So just let you know that they have finalized the Cannacord agreement about 3 days ago, which is extremely important. And what we have here, let's just go into a little bit. And here we are. So CLOUDMD announces closing of 20.79 million. This is right over here, CLOUDMD. And you know, this was the whole deal at $1.38 per share. And what we're going to read over here is what Dr. Hamza says. So closing this financing is a very important inflection point for the company as we continue our North American and global expansion plans. Very important. Inflection point. That's very important for everybody. To our shareholders. Very important. And North American and global expansion plans. Retain this. The capital raised from this bought deal allows us to continue making accretive acquisitions synergistic to our vision in providing whole person continuing care while adding immediate value to our shareholders. All right. So because of this, well, let's go over here. This is 3 days ago. So what did CLOUDMD do as of a day ago? All right. Exactly what they're saying they're going to do. Canada Health Infoway and CLOUDMD partner to give more Canadians access to e-prescribing. Oh yeah. So Toronto, September 24th, 2020. Canada Health Infoway and CLOUDMD are pleased to announce that they have reached an agreement to advance e-prescribing in Canada. Listen, under the agreement, CLOUDMD will integrate its Juno Electronics medical records with prescribed IT's solution infrastructure. CLOUDMD is aiming to have the technical work completed in early 2021. Once complete, physicians and nurse practitioners who offer virtual consultation with patients will be able to send prescriptions electronically from their EMR to the patient's pharmacy of choice. So of choice. It doesn't matter which pharmacy. It's of the patient's choice. That's very important. So it could be any pharmacy. That's right. It's of the patient's choice. So they don't really need to try to get the pharmacy in on it with this. From what I'm understanding. Look, if I get it wrong, please, people, correct me in the comments. But that's what this says. So anyways, it's very important because, you know, a lot of acquisitions going on, like, you know, pharmacies putting in money and different companies and all this kind of stuff. And then they go to the heart of the matter. And now the patient could say, yeah, no, I want my my prescription sent to that pharmacy. Okay. Because of this Canada Health Infoway deal. Quite awesome. Don't you think? I do. So, we are excited to partner with Infoway because we believe a national, modern e-prescribing service will engender greater patient trust and confidence in prescriptions, said Essam Hamza, MD, Chief Executive Officer of CLOUDMD. The enhanced security offered by Prescribe IT will be beneficial to health providers and patients who use CLOUDMD services. Listen, guys, this is just crazy. So basically, Infoway helps to improve the health of Canadians by working with partners to accelerate the development, adoption, and effective use of digital health across Canada. Through our investments, we help deliver better quality and access to care and more efficient delivery of health services for patients and clinicians. Infoway is an independent, not-for-profit organization funded by the federal government. Do you see where this is going? So, if they're going to send prescriptions to any pharmacy that the patient wants, that's where it's going. So, if you know how the Medicare system works in Canada anyways, I mean, you know, we have a Medicare card, we don't pay. Everything is funded, you know, government. So government has pretty much all the say here. Congratulations, Dr. Hamza. That is amazing. Now, something else I think is really important here. So CloudMD stock, from the Motley Fool. Now, this just came out on September 22nd. So, 3 days ago, the Cannacord deal closes, $20.79 million. We know that CloudMD has over $30 million in cash. They're just acquisition, global expansion. They're doing everything they said they were going to do. The infoway was a day ago. And then on Motley Fool, September 22nd, CloudMD stock. This telehealth company is poised for huge growth. Telemedicine is hot and will stay strong for years. Evidence from a 4-month pandemic in North America when telemedicine was forced upon us suggests that most patients find it as good, if not better, than in-person visits. I got 2 children. I'm not going back to a clinic. Case closed. It's not happening. Just not happening. Listen, since this all broke out, we started using telehealth. And naturally, we started using it by accident. We called the clinic. We needed to make an appointment. Our kids were not feeling well. All of a sudden, we couldn't go and visit them because everything was closed down. The secretary over there said, listen, they'll call you at home. Can we have an appointment for tomorrow? We were like, okay, let's do it that way. We did it on here. It was like very weird the first time because we weren't used to it. But then we were like, after we closed everything up, my wife and I turned to each other and said, we got prescription. We got everything we needed. I mean, we got the prescription over our printer. We had to print it out. But imagine if it's sent directly to the pharmacist too. So we were like, why are we ever going to go back to a clinic again? And you know what? I'm not saying any names, but the more we did this with our pediatrician, even our pediatrician said, guys, do you guys like this? I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, so do I. I'm like, no kidding. Am I going to go back to a clinic with people that are more sick than my kids and then, have to drag this, that, and then, I got to bring snacks and I got to bring water bottles and I got to bring this and I got to bring that. And then all of a sudden, you got to make them sit down next to you. Please don't touch anything. Oh, the floor is dirty. Oh, don't go to a water fountain. Don't play with those kids. They're more sick than your own. Holy mackerel. Yeah, no. This was like, okay, it rings. Oh, okay, we had our appointment. We know exactly what time it is. We know who it is. We're sitting down, with, whatever we want. Coffee. Let's just say coffee, let's just keep this PG and stuff like that. Like that. We had sitting down with coffee. Our kids are watching TV. The doctor asks us what's going on. And they're like, oh, can we see your kid? Yeah, no problem. Hey, come over here. Go in front of the camera and stuff. They see the kid. They do the whole thing. Touch your nose, whatever. Okay, let's look at your tongue. Can you walk? Walk back and forth. Do the jumping jacks. What the hell ever. They can do everything. And with Fitbits and all this kind of stuff, they can take pulses and everything. But naturally, they can't, but CloudMD can. They are completely set up for all that kind of stuff. And they're set up with technology that does even more stuff than that. All right? Anyways, so am I going back to a clinic? No. Am I going to be using CloudMD? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I already got the app. I fooled around with it. I put in the Medicare card. I know exactly how it works. And I really hope my pediatrician decides to do it through CloudMD, or else, you know what? Listen, I'm going to be using, that's all I'm going to be using. That's it. All right, good. All right, so my pharmacist has, all right, good. Everything done. I'm not going for myself. My wife's not going to go either. And imagine all people that have to do there's all the chronic cares. Imagine those people, wheelchairs and this and that, when they just need to talk to a doctor to renew a prescription or something, got to wheel themselves out, got to call one of those Uber or taxis that have all the setup to get them in, get them over there. Listen, it's ridiculous. We have all this. Those poor people don't have to do that anymore. They stay home, they watch TV, they do this for a few minutes, and then everything's sent to the pharmacy, and then they can go and take a nice stroll, or they can wheelchair all the way to the pharmacy. They can buy their milk there. They can do whatever they have to do as they pick up their prescriptions. And CloudMD is at the pharmacy anyways, so you know what? Well, they're at some pharmacies right now, but you can access them from a pharmacy, if they're in that pharmacy. And you know what? It's a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer. This is the future. No one wants to go to a hospital and sit down next to people more sick than they are. Especially, listen, you got school and you got to go to work and you're going to spend a whole day at a clinic or a hospital. No, man, that's the past. That's literally the past. It's like the horse and buggy. Yeah, it's nice to get on them, absolutely. Not something that you want to take to work every single day. You know what I mean? Like, clinics are a thing of the past. For me, it's done. I don't know about you. You got to use it, I guess. Especially if you have kids. Oof, it's done. So anyways, so it goes on to say here is that going to the doctor takes time and logistical preparation and incurs additional expenses. There you go. A half-hour date can turn into a much longer ordeal. CloudMD Software and Services is ideally positioned to grow rapidly in the field of telemedicine and potentially be acquired. CloudMD stock has a market cap of $233.5 million. All right, so the telehealth company is revolutionary in delivery of healthcare by giving patients quick and easy access to all aspects of their care via phone, tablet, laptop, desktop, and of course, they're in a lot of pharmacies. All right. CloudMD offers SaaS software as a service-based health technology solutions to medical clinics across Canada and has developed proprietary technology that delivers quality healthcare through the combination of connected primary care, clinics, telemedicine, and artificial intelligence. I'm telling you, they have a ton of things. They can blood pressure. I mean, your Fitbit does almost everything. Oxygen sensors on it. Like there's your heart pulse. I mean, this is all set up that they can just read all. Like, look, it's a no-brainer. The SaaS-based healthcare technology company has been able to capitalize on the current pandemic crisis with more and more patients turning to online consultations. Their stock has soared more than 200% since it debuted in June. All right, CloudMD aims to tap the untapped, listen to this, guys, the CAGRs, compounded annual growth rates, I was looking at of 2019 to 2026 or 2020. Listen, they were saying something like over 300 billion to 500 billion in the industry. I guess everybody had to wake up and do more research on it and see what the real numbers are, because listen to these numbers. CloudMD aims to tap the untapped 10 trillion, not 100 billions, trillion, 10 trillion virtual care market and focuses on an easily scalable vertical growth strategy with low overhead. Duh. Like, it also recently entered the US markets. Listen, in one of his interviews, Dr. Hamza even says that in China, they wanted him to help grow this over there. He said he couldn't because he had to focus on North America. Imagine, he has connections in China. I'm sure he knows people in Europe or in the Middle East. And if I remember correctly, they were already they're going in the Middle East or just... Anyways, listen, there's so much information on this company. It's insane. It's insane. And look, he has global expansion. No kidding. I think this guy knows people all around the planet. Anyways, wow. It's just incredible that it's so inexpensive right now. It's unbelievable. Like, you just think about this company and you're like, where are they going to be in a year from now? Teladoc was at $200 per share. And this company is anyways, I'm not comparing any companies to each other, but I'm just thinking about what Teladoc is per share, and I'm thinking about what this is right now, and with its global expansions and breaking even and 30 million in cash, and listen, it's a very good balance sheet. Like financials are excellent. Anyways. So CloudMD has potential to be a stable, high-margin, and fast-growing company with sustainable revenues. CloudMD reported 163% year-over-year revenue growth in the second quarter. Its total revenue was $2,789,000, but they have 30 million cash on hand. Basically, in fiscal 2021, CloudMD is expected to increase its revenue by 124% to 37 million, while earnings per share are estimated to grow at a rate of 100%. Wow. So, CloudMD is expanding in the U.S. market. CloudMD entered into a binding agreement in August to acquire 100% of a U.S.-based medical clinic serving patients with chronic illnesses. This acquisition is part of CloudMD's broader strategy to enter the U.S. markets with its full line of telehealth products. This acquisition is an important and strategic part of CloudMD's cross-border expansion plan in the United States. One of CloudMD's primary goals with this acquisition is to begin providing a one-stop shop for longitudinal care for chronic and complex patients in the U.S. These patients often suffer from multiple concurrent illnesses such as diabetes, hypertension, vascular, and heart disease. The opportunity for expansion with this acquisition is significant, as in the United States alone, 90% of the 3.5 trillion spent annually on healthcare is for chronic pain and mental health issues, which CLOUDMD is completely in. All right. CLOUDMD's integrated telehealth technology will be used in clinical practice to ensure patient-centered continuity of care. Yeah. So guys, listen. In our next videos, we'll be talking about the airlines, cruise lines, hotels, resorts, because, you know, it seems like there might be a vaccine around the corner, and we'll look at their, you know, financial statements, and we'll see what might be the best plan for you guys to diversify and throw it in there. So when those stocks soar, you won't miss it. So please, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and research everything, and stay strong. I'll talk to you. There'll be a lot more videos coming out this weekend on all of those other industries. All right, guys, have a great weekend.